Yo, I told y'all I had a special guest, man. I told y'all I got a special guest.
Yeah.
Pillmatic 2, you know what I'm saying? Legendary MC out of Philadelphia. Y'all know who this man is. Go ahead and introduce yourself, G.
Hey, man, Roscoe P Coldchain. Y'all know who it is. If y'all don't know now, you do.
Before we get started, tell them where you at on IG so they can go over there and follow you.
Yeah, absolutely. Roscoe P Coldchain 17 on IG. Roscoe P Coldchain 17 on TikTok. Roscoe Coldchain on Facebook. And RoscoePColdchain.com.
Okay.
Man.
Oh, you got the .com going?
Yeah, I'm dotted up.
No doubt. When you first came home, I didn't have much to talk about besides your past with Star Trek and all of that and your incarceration. So you got to work, man. You were able to fill in the blanks for me now and shit. So tell me about the .com. What all you got going on with it?
A little bit of merch. Just really the upcoming things that's really, essentially going on with Roscoe P Coldchain.
Yeah.
So anything that's going on with me, music, videos, small content, it's on.
No doubt. This is for you.
Oh, thank you, bro.
When you came home, actually recently we had a discussion and you was like, yo, man, I'm off and running, man, and I'm operating within your system. You told me that.
Yes.
You was operating within the Dribble system.
Yes.
Explain to the viewers exactly what you meant by that.
And we had our conversation, you're saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Share. Yeah, so essentially what happened was so first of all, I want to give everybody kind of a short synopsis of like what happened and how this all occurred.
Right.
So when I initially came home, I didn't know anything. I didn't know nothing about podcasts. I didn't know nothing about nothing, right? And fortunately, but unfortunately, obviously, when we in my city and where I'm from, it's a hierarchy, right? So you gotta rub elbows, you gotta kiss a little butt, and the same guys that you might have known from back in the day, that ain't that when it becomes professional.
Right.
And so the reality of it is, some of the people that I thought was going to be there wasn't. Right. Let's just say that. In that, a good brother came by the name of Gully, and a few other people were hitting me on, Instagram and in my DMs and stuff like that. But obviously, what intrigued me was he was one of the first to reach out, right?
Definitely.
And so I said, yeah, bet, man, come on down instead of third. And he came to the city. I didn't know too much about him, at this time at least. And the brother said, man, listen, welcome home, and gave me $400. It was $500. It was a pound. All right, we're going to say it was a pound. It was a pound.
Cool.
I can round it all. But it was a pound.
Right.
It was a pound.
Sneaker money.
Respectfully, sneaker money.
A couple pair of routes.
However, that's more than I had when I came home. You understand what I'm saying? So from somebody that had nothing to somebody actually recognizing, yo, brother, I recognize who you is, and I also recognize your struggle. Here, take this. Thank you for the interview. I was appreciative for somebody even recognizing at that particular time.
Yeah.
And so, from that, we struck a real solid friendship. And then from there, he introduced me to a brother by the name of Hus Kingpin. Now, I still don't realize the circuit. I don't understand the underground. I don't understand the podcasting. All I know is this is how people are making money.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
So then essentially he's like, yo, this is Hus. Hus, meet Hus. Hus, good dude. He knows me. I don't know him, but didn't know he was that heavy. Right? So now you introducing me to the heavy guys in terms of their respective field.
New underground.
Right, the underground, the new underground.
Yeah.
Henceforth, now you educating me on who's who and what's what. Yeah, well, so and 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 so. So now you got to understand, I don't know nothing. The only thing I know is from 2008.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what you hear on the radio and stuff like that. But essentially, you're not really getting the underground in jail. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're not getting that. You feel me? And so then from there, me and Hus did a banger on his album with Ninth Wonder. I forgot what it's called. It's bad. I forgot. Yeah. But it's a dope record. Go get Ninth Wonder and Hus Kingpin's album right now. But yeah, so that happened, and then obviously again he's educating me on the things to do, right? So yeah, you can pitch your stuff now on social media, and there are apps and sites.
Yeah.
And so now in that, he's showing me how to get some money. You feel me? So from there, henceforth comes what was the other opportunity that came about? It was something else. Pillmatic.
Pillmatic too. Yeah.
Pillmatic.
I needed that too.
Pillmatic.
I needed that.
And that was a dope project. Now, for those who listen to the project, I'm gonna say this right now, so we on air. The project is a crazy project. The song that I gave wasn't completely done.
Okay.
And that was only because I kind of gave it to you as a reference.
Okay.
And I was like, damn. But it was so dope of a record that it was interpreted as a complete.
So there's more.
There's more.
There's more. Okay.
There's more.
I'm gonna make a confession right now.
Okay.
You were kind of like my ace in the hole on Pillmatic too. What I mean by that is that primarily a lot of the MCs on Pillmatic are underground artists, and some of them are newcomers.
Right.
And when I was able to attain a record from you, and I could run off the names of who was on the playlist of this upcoming album that I have.
Right.
Planet Asia, Roscoe P Coldchain.
Yeah.
And that piqued a lot of people's interest. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
It piqued a lot of people's. Yeah, man, it was leveraged like a motherfucker.
Oh,
man.
shit.
It was certain Smoke Dizza, Mickey Fax. It was about 6 of y'all.
Okay.
Sense City, Smoke Dizza, Mickey Fax, yourself, Planet Asia, and maybe somebody else. But y'all were the starting 5.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was a starting 5 and shit on my Olympic team. You know what I'm saying?
No
so once I did those records with y'all, it actually triggered P.A. Dre, because as we did Pillmatic 1, and it was a bunch of heavy hitters on there. Razzcast is on there, Sadat X is on there. Aguilar was on there. It's
I'm
Herb
getting
McGruff.
When I'm feeling the energy, and real quick. When I'm feeling the energy of Pillmatic, I am literally, for those who know the era of Lyricist Lounge, I literally get the feeling of Lyricist Lounge. And for those who don't know, Lyricist Lounge was, if you ever heard, oh no, THRU.
Oh yeah.
Right, that was all Lyricist Lounge, right? But Lyricist Lounge was a compilation album, completely of just like underground rappers, but it was like mainstream as fuck, and it was just so dope of an era that I think they only probably had 3 volumes of it.
That's exactly what I was trying to recreate. It was Raucous Records,
right?
Did Lyricist Lounge, I believe. And that's exactly what I was trying to recreate. I loved that era of music. I loved MCs that was on there. Mos Def, High Tech,
Pharaoh,
Common, Pharaoh Monch, all of them dudes.
Yeah,
I forget this white guy. He's from Philly. I just found out recently, man. I forget his name. The High and Mighty. It's a group called the High and Mighty.
Okay.
And I just loved that. I was in college when Raucous Records was out, And that music was just dope as fuck. It was like some fly backpacker shit.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And when I was in college, it was the epitome of college radio. It wasn't a lot of cussing on there. And there was some grooves on there, some shit that you could roll up to and just vibe to and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, not a lot of profanity. Just
it wasn't. It was just bars.
Bunch of dope MCs, right?
Bars,
and I told Dre when we did the first one, I said, man, I want to recreate Raucous Records. And come to find out, we had a few guys that was within reach, like Wordsworth. Wordsworth was on Lyricist Lounge. He was one of the original Raucous guys. Sadat X. It was a few guys that was down with me, man. Razcast that was like, come on, let's do it. And the first one, I believe people didn't all the way take us serious. Like,
now, what year did the first one come out?
2022.
Okay.
I believe everybody was just saying, you know, this is a Gully TV thing. He dropped shit, and they probably thought it was just a one of one. You know what I'm saying? But the first one turned out so dope. We got to do this shit again.
Right.
The second one, it wasn't even gonna be it ended up being a 2-volume project, you know, a side A and a side B. You know what I mean? And that's because in the beginning, when we started trying to do the album, niggas wasn't turning in their verses right away.
Right.
You know what I mean? People was dragging their feet until I secured a record from you and I started telling people who was on it.
Oh man.
Pillmatic too, man. We got Roscoe P Coldchain. We got Smoke Dizzle. We got Mickey Fact. So once they like, oh, they armed. These niggas armed. They armed. You know what I mean? So that would give somebody who just coming out an incentive. Like, shit, I'm trying to be on a project with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what happened with it. And once I told them who was on it, everybody starts sending their verses in all at once. And that's how it ended up being a side A and side B. Originally, we were just trying to do like 14 tracks or something like that. Ended up being 30.
I was like, dang.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shaheem. Shaheem was one of the starting five too.
Yeah. I like Big Ooh joint too. It was a couple dudes, man. What was that brother name? Quill. Ali. Or something, right? Yeah.
That's something that excited me about the record. That it was like introducing all of y'all to each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's been out. We dropped it at the beginning of the summer, and now I look at what's going on right now. A lot of dudes that's on Pillmatic too, they went on their own and did records with each other for their solo projects. Jamal Gasol and Shamel and you and Hus is on my Pillmatic one. Everybody started working together, so it was like we created our own alliance.
A network, it's a network of people, a network of underground artists in which you essentially introduce everybody to each other, and if not, introduce them to each other to the world.
We needed to do this. And we needed to do it this in this manner that we did it, because you said it yourself when you came home. A lot of people that you had access to in 2008,
they moved on
and shit. They wasn't within reach anymore and shit. You couldn't reach them and shit like that. So I said, man, I got to work with the niggas that's around.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you a veteran, man. If you hot, come on, run with me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I basically built our own little team and shit.
And it's dope because it's so many different stigmas and interpretations with hip hop now, right? So you're dealing with ageism, also in hip hop. You're dealing with just all these different types of hip hop.
Yeah.
But specifically in ageism, it's like, you know, when you older and you come out as a rapper, it's a little different, right? Than when you older and you already a rapper and you kind of dope, right?
Right.
And then it's different when you older a rapper and that was on.
Okay.
Right. And so initially I was like, man, I'm too old for this shit. I was on some Danny Glover stuff, right? And to be honest, again, besides you and another brother from Philly, y'all were the only two interviews I initially did.
Yeah.
So the only thing that kind of kept me looking at and analyzing shit was the stats and statistics that I was looking at from your platform and my homie's platform.
Okay.
Or well, he not my homie, but your brother platform.
Right.
And what I was noticing, I'm like, damn, it's a warm reception.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, come back. Like, damn, yo, you hot. Oh, he back? Oh, where he been? You know, that type thing. So it kind of like, you know, it stroked the nigga ego a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right? I'm glad you mentioned ageism because I hear that term often. Shout out to Zip with the Drip. Zip dropped that word on me one time.
Right.
All of the nice niggas are older.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. When Ghostface dropped, fire.
I agree.
When Esco come out, niggas checking for that.
Now, do you think that's only simply because you're a gentleman of a particular age, you really like to hear specific shit?
Yeah.
Or is it just right? Because you'll ask a kid like who nice and they'll say some excuse my language, they'll say some stuff like Playboy Cardi or some shit like that.
Right.
And then it's like, well, what are you getting out of that? That's not saying that, you know, I'm not feeling him. I'm just trying to understand what you see in him.
I seen the ageism be dispelled by the guys that came out and who popped. Griselda came out. They did records with.
They the ones that really did it. Them and 2 Chainz.
38 Special and you know what I mean? Like 38 Special came out, did an album called The Son of G Rap. I
was in jail, I think.
These guys, this new underground, they basically injected energy into the whole infrastructure of hip hop.
They did.
By using and utilizing the guys that we grew up on, the guys that was popping in the 90s and shit. And when they see Planet Asia been out since 95 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When they see the feedback, like you said, the response, you said, damn, they feeling me still. That's the same thing that happened with these other veterans, Cormega and Raekwon and Ghostface, and they seeing the reception like, shit, man, it's still lit out here. While you was incarcerated, there was some dark periods, man. Music went through some changes and shit. Like they had the auto-tune, and then you had the drill music, and niggas are doing the sing-songy type shit. Like shit was
but that's
changing.
the thing. See, my thing is this. I love it, me personally. I think that I would love it more if I heard substance in it.
Right.
So if you was giving me more of a story backdrop, something like that, and you wasn't really perpetuating the fact that you niggas is dumb getting high and all you want to do is kill, then it'd be something different.
Right.
But when you talk to a nigga that, you know what I'm saying, we pretty much done live that life already, we understand there's more to life than just that. And even if a nigga didn't really live that life and just was just straight up and down, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
You go to work every day, you get off, you go home, you deal with life's problems every day. Those things is more relatable to the world.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I hear it, I love it. I think that if you filled it in with more substance, the music would be better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the beats, you can't deny these trap beats. These trap beats is fucking crazy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I don't always agree with the content that they spitting on them, but some of them drill niggas be giving it up. They be kicking that shit. They be kicking that shit. Like I be listening and I be like, I could work out to it in the gym, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. I'm not promoting nobody getting killed and shit like that. So I be hearing what they saying,
but I ain't gonna.
Damn, that was a slick line. The way the song is hot, the production is hot. Shorty fresh. You know what I'm saying? Shorty, look at Young Blood. He fresh and shit. He kicking that shit, but you know,
I get it though. You know what I mean? As long as we get it. See, the thing is, especially with like OGs and like older rappers and like, you know, you get in when you mix. First of all, when you older, you're not supposed to mix and mingle with a certain demographic anyway.
I agree.
This is my personal.
I agree.
That's not saying we don't relate. That's not saying I don't. You right, but we dealing with emotional intelligence opposed to unemotional intelligence. Right? So something that might have pissed me off 20 years ago ain't gonna piss me off right now.
Right.
But when you're dealing with a pup, you gotta coddle him. You know what I mean? Because they don't know how to be spoken to directly. This is why everybody's getting murdered. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be careful when you address
You gotta be careful when you address it. Right? But in terms of just being able to relate to our music, it's always about the approach in which we give. So, you know, I think specifically with mine, it's a mixture. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with old school hip hop, the sound at least in terms of samples and those different projects, but then we also dealing with that trap. But within that trap, we telling the story.
Right. Let's talk about Philadelphia. When you tell me what you saw when you came home.
That shit was crazy, yo. Like Philly wasn't Philly. We consider it's Gotham City. It's Gotham City, like, you know, and the demographics changed now because it got gangs.
Yeah.
So you know, whereas before, and I mean, you know, they say it's gangs, but it's just blocks. Yeah. You feel me? The only reason that I would consider it a gang because back then, you know, you're dealing with, you know, the players dealt with the players, right? But the hitters dealt with the hitters, right? But what I'm saying is everybody didn't deal with everybody. So I personally, if I knew I was dealing with, like, I wouldn't go outside of my circle for certain shit. Let's just say that.
Okay.
And that's kind of like what's going on. Dudes is kind of like going to other hoods, and now other hoods is linked in with other hoods, and other niggas is linked in with other niggas. So the back door is wide open. So you can't even dance with motherfuckers in the city because you don't know who deal with who. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's best to just give deuces and keep it pushing because everybody is, it's crabs in the barrel. Everybody trying to get out. Right. So if they can drag you through the mud, if they can act like they fuck with you, if they can really fuck with you, if they can, you know what I'm saying, they'll do it. And so me personally, I just stay the fuck away from everybody.
Let me comment on this. Yeah. I noticed this with Jamal, Molly G and shit. Molly G.
Molly, I know Molly.
Yeah, Molly was somebody
my buddy
who went and got on outside of Philly. He went and got on in Atlanta. And ended up with the Death Squad and shit. Right. Your situation reminds me of that. You popped with some niggas from Virginia. And I never, although you were from Philly, and I think I seen you on tour for the streets at times and shit, I never had you contained within that nucleus that's going on in Philly because it was like you made it. It was like you made it. You was on BET. Right. You went from THRU to BET and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of them, they kind of was like in the city. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like remained in the city and shit.
And it's still like that.
I agree. Why is that? Why? It seems like rappers from Philly be content with, having a celebrity within the city.
I think that Philly is content with just that energy of it's nothing like saying where you're from. Yeah. Right? So everybody kind of represents where they're from, right? But then Philly got this thing like a Chicago or New York to where it's like, they always want that to be known and they always want their lifestyle in the Philly sense to be recognized.
Definitely.
Right. And so, you know, if you know Philly, then you know we known for a lot of different things. And I think, unfortunately, this is the same reason why a lot of Philly artists don't or hadn't made it, because of the mentality of the Philadelphia artist.
Yeah.
Because everything is about really living what you taught, not necessarily the art. And unfortunately, now that the art form has kind of got dumbed down, it's always about what you really living and how you really living it. So if you ain't really in it, a lot of dudes, you know, and it was like that then, but I feel like now it's like you gotta blow 10 heads off for a motherfucker to say, quote unquote, to think that you're real, and it's just like, it's sad. You know what I'm saying, to say the least. So, yeah, Philly's fucked up.
I like what happens. I like what happens when Philly ends up working with someone outside the city. I see wonderful things happen. When State Property went to Rockefeller, it worked out.
Yeah.
When Cassidy went up there to Rough Rider, it worked out. Recently, I'm loving Freeway right now.
Free all that.
I'm loving Free right now, man.
Either one.
And I recognize what he was doing by this record that's produced by 38 Special. I believe.
I saw it.
That shit's crazy. It's Graph's record.
Graph.
Yeah.
Graph.
Now look at that. Look at what they built together. You got Petey Crack and I think the song was called Rockefeller Chain or something like that. Okay. You got Petey Crack and Freeway.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Petey, Freeway.
Graph.
One Bleak on that?
Graph, Bleak. Okay. Yeah. It's a 38 Special track.
Yeah. I like him.
That's like Fruit Salad. Oh, yeah. Special. Like Special come from Gully TV.
Oh, does he?
Come from Gully TV.
He's a rapping nigga, man. I listened to this nigga for the first time maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Because I didn't fully grasp with the whole. It was like when we was in jail, we was listening to Griselda.
Yeah.
And we was listening, but we didn't understand like with the roots of it and what was going on and who was what. And
I call it the Upstate New York.
The Upstate, yeah. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
that's a whole movement,
right?
And so, yeah, man, homie, a rapping motherfucker, man.
Actually, when they first caught fire, you see, that's his CD over there.
Oh shit! I see.
Yeah, I got my underground.
All right, you got your okay.
They in here with us and shit.
Okay.
When the Upstate New York Inferno first caught fire, just before Griselda popped off, it was people was doing ciphers. The BET they haven't done it recently, but I don't know if he was watching when he was booked. They was doing the ciphers on the BET Awards. Every crew would get up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Every crew would get up there and do their cipher.
Right.
So people in the streets, civilians, you know, people in the underground started doing their crew ciphers. It was a cipher called the Trust Gang Cipher.
Oh, okay.
And that was actually
for the BET Awards.
In honor of the BET Awards.
Oh, okay.
The niggas on the streets, let's say like the Star Trek niggas did a cipher.
Right.
You had the Shady Records, that was Eminem and Royce the 5'9", and they did a cipher. Like all the crews was doing ciphers and shit. But it was a cipher called the Trust Gang Cipher. And that was basically the all-stars from upstate New York at the time. Benny the Butcher was in this cipher too. But that cipher is what made the world take notice. When that cipher hit, they was already putting out mixtapes, the Trust tape too. Like, especially he has Trust Gang Records as an independent label. That's his
that's his shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They was already putting.
So they not from. So he's not from Buffalo.
No, he's from Rochester.
Right. Okay.
Those are the two cities that spearhead the upstate New York movement: Buffalo and Rochester. Okay. Rochester was cooking first. Benny the Butcher, who's from Buffalo, he was with Trust Gang in Rochester. And then his family, Westside Gunna Conway, they ended up getting a situation with Shady Records, and he went back home and signed with his people. You know what I'm saying? But 38 Special was the he lit the fuse, like he lit the wick. Right? Yeah, he was doing it to death. He was putting out projects, solo joints, and then he did the Trust Tape 2 is over there, which is a compilation. And
bananas.
Man, it snowballed.
He was a rapper's rapper.
It snowballed like a motherfucker, man. And so many people came from that cipher. Green Double, who's not with Trust Gang anymore. He's somebody who's on the underground cooking. He popped out of there. Benny the Butcher popped out of there. Spesh and Class Murder. These people that we speaking of is actually how I ended up starting to really get a stranglehold on the East Coast, right?
Okay.
Because during this time, I was beefing. I told you I was beefing with OVH. Well, I was beefing with Dark Love. Me, you spoke about it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
People were so scared of them niggas that when I had a beef with them niggas, it was certain
MCs they didn't want to talk to you.
Want to fuck with me and shit. Yeah. So I had to go other places and establish my dominance. And those,
they got a weird words.
So that's when I put Buffalo and Rochester in the game.
Right.
Buffalo, Rochester, Trenton, New Jersey. That's where Big Ooh from. That's where all of them niggas from parts unknown came from.
Okay.
During the OVA shit, I had to go other places. Hus Kingpin them. They from Long Island and shit like that. Like they were so far removed. They were still in the underground. They were so far removed from the industry at the time that they didn't even know that I was beefing with these niggas. They didn't even have any idea what was going on. I was in the industry and they weren't. They was in the underground. So I'm fucking with these niggas in the underground. The Trust Gang niggas from Rochester, Edo from Rochester, the Cloth from Rochester, the Black Soprano family, that's Benny the Butcher and them from Buffalo, and Big Ooh, Porter Rich, these niggas from New Jersey and shit like that. And these niggas, I'm fucking with these niggas, and these niggas working. They getting busy. And one after another, they all caught fire. The Trust Gang niggas caught fire. 38 Spesh caught fire. Benny the Butcher caught fire. Big Ooh, who's from Trenton, New Jersey, but he getting busy in Philadelphia. He working the whole turnpike. He was with Fat Joe at a point in time. Then he was with So Raspy. But the guys that I'm working with, like I said, I took advantage of the guys who was accessible to me. I'm working with these niggas, and these niggas started catching fire. So boom, what happened was these niggas became so much of a big deal, and by the time they caught fire, I had a library of videos and interviews with them. So when everybody starts to take notice of them, they like, shit, we gotta get on Gully TV with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that nigga, he's breaking niggas.
All the action is over there and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened.
Baby. Goddamn.
Again, man, like working with the guys who are accessible to you, it meant everything. Getting back to Philly though, I'm loving Freeway, man. I'm like, it's like his Freeway went through some health problems. And he was at like a hiatus. For me to see him turn it like King Kong right now. He just had Free Day. He just had like a festival down there, free day or something like that. I'm like, man.
Yeah, he a good guy, man. Shout out to Free, man. He good dude, man. Free one of those guys, like just always the same guy. Outside of, like I said, Philly is just one of those places where like it's rich in a lot of culture, especially musically. But just the state in which it's in, it's like, it's dog eat dog right now. And the men recognize the men. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where, if you're a man, you already understand you can't bang with everybody anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't hang out at 12 at night at the club no more. Certain shit you just ain't doing. So it's that dangerous. So it's just like, man, I just don't play with nobody. I roll with my strizzy. I be with my guys. And We be moving around.
What's your relationship like currently since you've been home with the Rio gang? Is it still you still got an alliance?
That's my guy.
Ab Live.
Well, Ab Live definitely.
Yeah.
That's like till death. Push. I just talked to Push like maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. I don't really talk to Sandman too much. And you know, when I see Miles, it's all love, but just me and Push, we always had kind of more of a relationship to call and talk.
Yeah.
Outside of live, and so they're the two that I deal with.
People looking forward to some music with you guys, man. What's up with that?
Well, they coming out with an album.
I seen that.
Yeah, they coming out with an album. A reunion joint. I'm not on there. But it's not like a bad thing enough. It's just I ain't make it. So
yeah.
But they doing their shit. Lava has an album coming out with Spado actually. Glory 2. So everybody go get that. That should be dropping soon. He got a lot of special features on there too, man. Yeah. So that should be super dope. So yeah, it's you know, those guys, they're my guys, man. It's still a relationship. It's just when you doing business and shit like that, it'd be different. Motherfuckers moved on, niggas is directors of Louis Vuitton and all this other shit. Yeah. So I'm just a humble man.
You gonna continue to dribble, man.
I'm just a humble man.
I've been watching your progression since you've been home. Let's talk about what you have coming, because I be on the phone with you all the time.
I know that.
You be working your ass off.
Yes, I do.
What are you gonna do with this fruit salad that you have?
Oh,
man, you got all these dope ass records and collabs and shit, man. Like, how are you gonna assemble this and put it out? EP, album.
I'm gonna do a bunch of everything actually. So yeah, I got the next thing I'm gonna drop is Drop the Ball or Kick the Ball. I'm gonna drop this single called Kick the Ball. It's for a EP with me and DJ Lights Out. Excuse me. An artist out of Virginia, used to be signed to Grand Hustle back in the day. Okay. Under production. He also spits. Also used to be, in the mix. So yeah, dude is pretty dope when it comes to production and just beat science. So we got a project, me and Lights Out, called Animal Kingdom. I also have a project coming out with Nick Craven. Mm-hmm. And we're essentially done that. We only got like one more song to do. But me and Nick got a joint coming out. What is that joint called? Play With Something Safe. So those should be coming out around the same time. So I got an EP and essentially a mixtape coming out, right? Okay. At the same time. And then again, I got a multitude of other projects that's already done and ready to roll. For the Mature should be finally after that, rolling after that. Me and Itchy Bond, I don't know if the people know who Itchy Bond is, but Willie B was responsible for a lot of production dealing with Kendrick, TDE. Okay. And he's coming as an artist himself, West Coast. Shout outs to my man. Him and Daylight just did a record that was essentially like for the album or the album that we're doing together.
That record is gonna do something for you. I told you that. I don't know if you know the magnitude of Daylight. Daylight got
I don't.
Cult following. He one of the nicest niggas, man. Like everybody that battle rap, they're not all the way.
Yeah.
When it comes to doing songs and shit and music, everybody that battle rap, they don't have that crossover dribble. But he do. He's one of the best.
No, I like Daylight. Daylight was giving it up when we was down there. He a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like a smart crazy, like not like a bad crazy.
Genius.
Like, he like a smart crazy, like a scientist type crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was there. It was decent. It was good vibes. Shout out to Crisis that did the beat.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Itchy Bond, we coming out with a joint called Samuel Meets James Earl. And so, you know, all of these different projects, we just lining up just to give people content, something to, you know, some fruit to eat.
Now, the record with you and Hus Kingpin off the Super Gold project is called King is Born.
Yeah.
Tell me how impressed you were with Hus Kingpin.
I didn't know who the hell this guy was. I was actually, I think I was more impressed with his project.
Okay.
It wasn't the song. The song hadn't convinced me.
For real?
Respectfully.
The song
hadn't convinced me. And that's only because when I listened to him, I only heard him that one time.
Yeah.
Right. And even when you told me to check him out, I really didn't check him out.
Okay.
And so when we laid the record, he never, when I laid my beat or my verse, he never sent me anything back. It wasn't like, oh yeah, man, here's my verse. Yeah. So I didn't know nothing until I actually got his album and listened to his album. And so when I listened to the album, that's when I was like, oh, this guy's good. Really reminiscent of Ghost, but with a darker player type twist to him. Like it's in the school of Ghost. It's in the school of what's the other guy's name? The Action Bronson guy. It's in the school of West Side Gun. It's in that whole.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So yeah, but he's dope for that. I think he's extremely dope for that.
No doubt. I'm looking forward to some. I liked that Chinatown freestyle you did. That shit went hammer on my channel, by the way.
Yeah, man. Every time you post my shit go hammer, man. I be needing
it's
you
an
too.
asset, man. You an asset to Gully TV. You an asset to Gully TV.
You an asset to me.
It was important that I acquired your skill set because before anybody else got it, before Ant got it from hip hop, shout out to Ant. I think that's We Run the Streets. Yeah, Philly. Shout out to the Philly platforms, man. I wanted to make sure I got loaded, man. I had to tool up before they got a hold of you and shit.
No, you definitely did it.
I'm looking forward to more Rosco P, man, and I hope that everything turns out wonderful for you. This the way that everything is set up now, all you need is a cell phone, a MacBook. That's it.
The
tools, man, a light, and everything is self-sustained and shit, man. You keep putting out them dope bars, man.
I appreciate that.
What goes into a Rosco P verse? Where do you draw inspiration from?
That's usually the past. Because it's really essentially what people want to listen to.
Yeah.
Because my present is a little bit more. It's a little bit more lighter. You know what I'm saying? Certain energy I don't even pay attention to anymore. So, you know, when I draw from a dark place when I rap. So a lot of the times it's the past stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Little slick shit like that. And we just talking shit.
Yeah.
It's easy. You know what I mean? But when we coming up with these concepts and these stories, a lot of the times it's for the past.
You did some dope work with OT THRU. What you think about OT?
I love him.
I
think he hot as shit.
I think he hot too.
I think. All right, thank you.
I do. I never said he wasn't.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Some conflict.
I'm just saying, man.
He's nice. He's nice.
He hot.
He's nice.
Thank
you. He is. The music's dope.
OT, man. Shout
I'm gonna always keep it real when it comes to this hip hop, sports, and fashion because I don't want to lose my credibility.
You can't lose that.
You know what I'm saying?
You already a fly nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you don't want to be like a corny fly nigga. Right. Then what? That's even worse than being a corny broke nigga.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
who some of the producers you feeling right now? Talk about THRU one time.
THRU dope, man. I actually heard THRU. Really, I didn't know THRU was doing a lot of RJ Payne shit. So a lot of that stuff that
he resurrected him.
Yeah. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah. So I didn't know a lot of that was him. I was listening to RJ, obviously regularly because he's on my feed.
Yeah.
And you know, Cuz is a beast, so I listened to his shit, and the beats was dope. And then finally, I found out he did it. Then finally, I listened to the beats that you sent. And, you know, he was sending, and I was just like, yo, this guy's good. So yeah, he got a real nostalgic feel about him, but it's a musicality too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, everything that's popping right now is vintage, man. The music, 1994.
Yeah.
The Fresh Game, 1988.
Yeah, no doubt. It's all retro.
Everything is retro.
Yeah.
So if you maintain the formula that made you famous,
right,
that's what people want to buy from you.
Yeah.
And shit, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like, you see that when you came out, them niggas wanted them features. OT the Real, Hus Kingpin, like these dudes just doing their thing in the underground. Shit, you definitely in demand.
No doubt.
Straight up.
Yeah, shout out to Primo too, man. I was talking to Primo not too long ago too. And you know, hopefully we get back in the studio to get, you know, some new music. So, you know, I've been bumping into a lot of guys. And essentially that's what I'm doing now, just making my rounds around the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, each state I go to, man, I'm gonna holler at somebody that from back then. So, or somebody new, you know what I'm saying?
When you encounter them guys from back then and they hear the niggas that you've been working with, for real?
Yeah.
You know him? Like, yeah, because these dudes been putting in the underground is the pulse of hip hop.
No doubt. No, we on the chilling circuit, man.
Yeah.
We moving around, we on the chilling circuit. Yeah.
Like a motherfucker. Yeah.
I see you got the builder, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got leathers with quilt with diamond stitching in it to find
everything.
Cowhide. You got fine paintings and you know what I mean? What's that? Basquiat up there? What's that?
This is my man Frankie G. He's an underground artist who he's done paintings for Static Selector. Everybody that he did that skateboard over there in the window too.
Yeah, shit.
Everybody that I fucked with, man,
yeah,
essentially came from what you call the Gully TV system. These are dudes that I interview. Once I interview somebody, I like to feel like, you know, we got a relationship and we should continue to work.
No question.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you ended up here. Here again.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We're gonna do it again and again. Tell me, this record that you did for Pillmatic, it was about a rape victim, right? Or molestation or something like that.
Yeah, loosely based. I mean, we all know somebody, especially in our youth, who was getting touched.
Yeah.
And specifically, I knew a female in our youth whose father was raping her, and she ended up having a baby by the dad. And so that was kind of the inspiration to write the record, and that's what I did.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Yeah. When Dre told me about it before I heard it, he was like, "Man, this is like some Brenda's got a baby shit."
Yeah.
Like, for real? He was like, "Yeah, man, that nigga can write, man."
Yeah, man. It was a lot of, like, again, when you in jail, you know, you write some of the most introspective shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know,
you got the time.
I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking like a mug, you know, and a lot of that music just happened to be, you know, really depthful music. Yeah.
No doubt. Rosco, I appreciate you coming here
to
do this live stream.
Yep.
I'm gonna open up this hotline for a minute.
All right.
I'm gonna let some of these viewers
let them on
ask you some questions.
That's what I'm talking about.
Moderators, I need y'all to put this number in the chat. Put this number in the chat. 814-449-6317. Trey Bucks, put this number in the chat. 814-449-6317, man. Call up, man. Shoot your pitch, man. We got Roscoe P Coldchain in the building, man. Ask whatever. Keep it respectful. Keep it concise.
Always.
814-449-6317, man. Talk to a dope MC live on the Dribble.
Oh,
you heard?
Yes.
Yeah, you should have been live, man.
Hey, I ain't know.
You should have been live.
I ain't.
Got lights in here, man.
Yeah, my man. Let me tighten this stuff up for you.
Yeah,
man. My man. Get my man.
Hell yeah, man.
Right there. Man. Yeah, y'all ain't getting nothing. Ain't getting nothing. Man, we talking on what's happening up here. Special tag them.
Big L says, do you have a relationship with Petey Crack?
No. I mean, not in a bad way. Yeah, I got a relationship with Crack. But I haven't spoken to him yet since I've been home.
Okay. After this, you're gonna hear from a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. Turn up, man.
Y'all
we
call
Airy,
in,
man. Airy, man. What's up, Airy? I tell you, man, I'm everywhere, man.
Yeah,
I'm everywhere.
don't be surprised on who y'all see sitting in front of this backdrop, man. I'm loaded. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. I told y'all.
No doubt.
I mean, peace.
No.
814-449-6317, man. If we was in here, if I was in here bashing somebody, this phone would be jumping off this fucking table.
Oh, they be tripping out.
Yeah, they love to wreck.
Oh, so you gotta be like, yeah, I done shot them nigga. I popped the nigga in the
call in, Trey Bucks,
beat.
somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
I hit it. I'm banging you. He push a T collab. That part.
Y'all can call in and ask him yourself instead of typing it.
Nah, they can do all that.
Call in.
See what's going on over here. I am Gully. Hey, cuz, what's up? All right, that's all the people. When you going to come to the shop, who the heck is that? Dr. J. I don't know.
Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe.
Gully TV. Follow me on Instagram at @IamGullyTV _.
Subscribe, man. Subscribe. Yeah. So.
I'll give y'all another 5 minutes. They typing their questions. I told y'all to call us, man.
Slow.
Because we got I got an original interview to do with him after we get out this live stream. I definitely want to get this live stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the last person I had on here was Fat Man Scoop.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Boaz was here too. Shout out to Boaz. I hope y'all get together and
I gotta link up with Boaz, man. I'm trying to link up with him. Trying to link up with him this week. You feel me? Trying to link up with him this week. Man. Hello, gentlemen.
Follow me on Instagram at @IamGullyTV _ straight up. Hip hop, sports, and fashion.
Yeah.
See if I can get Bo on one.
What's up with y'all?
They say what part of Philly you from?
I'm from North Philly, 17th and Jefferson. Yeah.
You from J Street?
Yeah. What you know about
Man,
J Street?
I done heard. Tell these people the history of J Street while you're here. Why don't you?
Yeah, so J Street, 17th Jefferson. Jefferson was the first place in the city of Philadelphia to sell syrup and pills or prescribed medication that would be prescribed in the other place. But,
unknown caller.
Yeah, we just notorious syrup and pills. You know what I mean?
We got Roscoe P Coldchain in the building. Talk to us. What's up? Talk to us, fam. Roscoe in the building.
Yeah, this big girl, man. Good looking for the girl. You know what I mean? This big girl, though, but salute to you and Roscoe, man. Like,
yeah.
What y'all doing for PA is beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks, homie.
Because when it comes to PA, like, everybody think just Philly.
Ain't no doubt, no. PA, no. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Where you calling from?
You up there? Yeah, I'm from Irvington, I'm from Jersey.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I fuck with Gully. We did big. I got hella out there. PA Nits.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Roscoe got PA Nits.
Yeah, I got PA Nits.
we PA Nits down over here.
Yeah.
That's what's up. It's
Yeah,
that season,
good,
man.
And getting your dribble right, that shit is a dope thing. Like, and for a black man to even just present that shit, cause Gully don't try to cause harm to niggas.
No.
He's like, yo, get your shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Get your dribble right. Yeah.
That's all.
Get your shit together. That's what a lot of us need. And like I stray away sometimes. I get fucked up in the mix, but still, at least I know a nigga trying to look out for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
each one teach one. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
I appreciate you too. But matter of fact, because this is what I wanted to ask you. I forgot about that.
Go ahead.
I fuck with Petey, yo. Petey Crack is probably like one of the illest Philly niggas, like rapping wise. I don't know about like his personal shit. I just want to know, like, if y'all was cool, because that's the question I asked in comments.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. We no beef between me and Petey at all.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
I just wanted to know that. Like, I just want to know that because I know you an MC.
Yeah.
And I know Petey an MC. Like,
certified. Y'all might have to put. We might have to put that in the air. Roscoe P and Petey Crack, man. You know what I'm saying? That might be something. Might have to put that in the air, man.
It's Gully King.
Petey, follow me on IG, man. Irvington, I appreciate you calling in, man. Have a wonderful night. I'm gonna take another call.
All right, bro. I got you, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was dope.
We trying to build powerful alliances, man. For real, man. And get something out of this shit, man. Like,
yeah, no doubt, man.
Call in, man. We got a few more minutes, man. I'm only gonna do an hour. We got about another 4 or 5 minutes. Then we got to do this interview, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dog. Got Roscoe P in the building. Out of all your songs and music videos, which the one that I believe it was that Goddamn, right? Is that the signature joint?
Yeah, that's the signature. Goddamn, hands down was the signature, man. Yeah.
Was that ever performed? Did y'all ever do shows together?
Yeah.
The clips?
Yeah.
Y'all did that shit on stage?
Yeah, we did Summer Jam. We did that. Essentially, we went on tour with that.
No doubt.
Yeah, that was a big record, man.
When that shit came out and that shit was on BET, motherfuckers were like, who the fuck is this nigga?
Yeah, man. Listen, I got a gold record for that album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For that place. So, you know, that joint is hanging up in grandma's crib, man. That was an accomplishment.
Nah, you got off on that joint, man.
Yeah,
and the thing that, you know, the thing that really got me is that there was no buzz. You just appeared. Boom.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Where you from? Talk to me.
What's good, Gully? I ain't had no question. I just wanted to let Roscoe know he got the kind of flow that create MCs. You know what I'm saying? He might not have got the accolades and all the numbers and all that, but when he dropped, he made us. You know what I mean? He turned some fans from fans to be like, I need to go chase that. You know what I'm saying?
That was heavy, homie. That was powerful, man.
Gave birth to some MCs.
Man,
I agree with
that,
you.
Man.
I agree with you. When I first heard him, I was just like, God damn! Like you had this like unorthodox start, stop, flow. What the fuck is going on? Yeah. Definitely was the first of his kind and shit. Like that was dope that you came with your own style entirely.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Where you calling from, caller?
This is Bunch C out of Amityville, New York.
Amityville. I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm gonna take another caller. Thank you. Thanks a lot for calling in.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
The Real Gully TV. Hip hop, sports, and fashion.
Yeah.
Hit the bell so you get the notifications. Go tell them where you at on IG.
Roscoe P Coldchain 17. On IG, Roscoe P. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I am Gully TV _ on Instagram, man. Come through, see what I got going on, man. I don't want y'all to get lost in the sauce. I'm not always on here on YouTube. I got a lot of other shit going on. I'm trying to establish domination within this media thing and shit. Yeah. So if you don't see me here, you'll see me there. I got to get up off of here, man. We got an interview to do. Let's go. Appreciate
you.
What these frames right here, man?
Oh yeah.
You always come with some fly shit.
Yeah,
man.
these is called Adidas, man.
Oh, did it? Okay.
These is Adidas,
yeah, Floyd
man.
Mayweather be playing them joints.
Yeah, so you know, I give it to him.
You got the cranberry joints.
Yeah, cranberry's different.
Cranberry lenses.
You know what I'm saying? You got the Gucci's on your feet, guys. Get out of here, man.
Philly, man. Philly got that style, man. I want Philly to get back to the styling, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm up that when niggas was rocking the hustler haircut, man, with the points and, you know, all of that, man, the crazy sneakers and shit. So I appreciate you for coming through, man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at I am Gully TV. Roscoe P Coldchain. We out. Thanks a lot.
Yo.